So the Colorado Avalanche on the brink. We're going to talk about both these Monday night games with our NHL analyst, Martin Biron. Great to see you, Marty. What a story here. First of all, before the game, the Avs find out that Valeri Nichushkin, who has been so great in these playoffs, will not only be out for the rest of the playoffs, he'll be out for the next 6 months. Just take us inside that dressing room, Marty, as a guy who's played in the league. How tough is that for a team to know that you're losing not only Nichushkin, but then Devon Toews also out of the lineup as well for Game 4?
Well, I think it's a lot harder to look at the Nichushkin situation, right? Often when there's injuries, you're like, that's part of the game. Next man up mentality. Let's go win one for the skipper, right? Let's go out and try to fill that gap. But this is not only a hockey gap. This is a personal, a human being type of situation where last season against the Seattle Kraken, Nichushkin missed Game 3, missed the rest of the series. The Avalanche lost that one. It's happened again, so you got to feel bad for the player. And I feel like the Colorado Avalanche, without Nichushkin in the lineup and without Devon Toews, just didn't show up. They were frustrated. Nathan MacKinnon was frustrated. They were being outshot 22-4 at one moment when the score was 2-0 for Dallas. They had only 4 shots. They only got 2 in the first period. So I feel like this was a emotional situation with Nichushkin now suspended for 6 months and entering the phase 3 of the player assistance program, when last year in the playoffs against Seattle, it happened again. So not a situation that you're used to dealing with as a hockey player. And I've had those situations happen in my career. I played with Derek Bugart, when he passed away. It was in the off season, but during the end of the season, when he entered the program, it's really something that's a heavy burden around the locker room.
Marty, I don't think a single human being, except for maybe Jim Nill, the GM of the Dallas Stars, had the Dallas Stars going to Denver and winning both games on the road to take a 3-1 lead in this series. Looking at how this team's playing right now, knowing that the Vegas Golden Knights are out of the postseason, do you see Dallas as the front runner to win the Stanley Cup at this moment?
I definitely see them as the front runner in the Western Conference to go to the finals. And obviously with, the New York Rangers and their early success and now making it a series against Carolina, I think that Dallas is a 1-2, either 1 or 2 when you look at the favorites to win the Cup. And the thing with Dallas right now is they're getting great goaltending by Jay Cottinger. Their defense, right? Miro Heiskanen's got 4 goals now in the playoffs, 3 in the second round. But their depth up front, like Wyatt Johnston is 21 years old now, just turned 21, and he is an impactful player. And you lose Rope Hintz, okay, well, we're going to move Tyler Seguin from the third line to the top line with Robertson and Stankoven, and we're going to not miss a beat, right? Because if Kenny Dadonov is playing fourth line, he's going to move to the third line. He's going to score a goal. Like, their depth up front is so important to that team, and it's really causing a lot of issues. It caused issues to Vegas. Well, let's not talk about the first 2 games in Dallas, but in the second part of that first round, it caused issues for Vegas, and now it's causing issues for Colorado, and it's going to continue to cause issues for the teams that Dallas is going to face in the playoffs. If they keep on going conference finals, Stanley Cup finals, teams are going to have to adjust, and it's not easy to adjust the depth that the Dallas Stars have.
Marty, you mentioned how great the Rangers had been to start the postseason, and they've obviously been great to start the second-round series with Carolina. But wow, who saw this coming? Carolina's played their way back into this thing. Has the series shifted in their favor, in your opinion?
Well, absolutely. And you look at what Rod Brindamore said earlier in the series. They were down 3-0. He says it's like 2 games out there. One is at even strength, and one is on special teams. And they were winning the even strength battle. And now they keep their even strength, play at the level they want it to be. But not only that, is Carolina able to now play well on the penalty kill. They were 3 for 3 on the penalty kill against the New York Rangers in this game. And it started early in the game. Jordan Staal had a chance early, 20 seconds in. Then they catch the New York Rangers sleeping in the third period. A bad change. Staal scores. Obviously, Kuznetsov gets on the action as well. So, you know what? At 3-0, I felt like the Rangers were kind of cruise controlling right on through, saying we're going to be in the conference finals. And now that the Carolina Hurricanes just kept playing their game, even strength, And they've added an element of now we can kill a few penalties because the Rangers are so good on the power play, and they go back to Raleigh. It has totally changed the dynamic of this series. I think there's going to be a ton of pressure on the New York Rangers, nervous pressure, when it's Game 6 in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah, and because we both know that Raleigh crowd during the playoffs, they are a pretty good crowd. It's going to be a fun game Thursday night as the Rangers will get their third chance to try to end this series. Always a pleasure to talk to you, Marty. Appreciate you.